Welcome to my PowerApps label. This is my projector, the three video. In last video, I have do something. Let's review it. Home. I have three screen. This is a new screen. In last lesson I have do the save button, and this. And this is the sum of this. And home, I modify. I have used two libraries. This is the main library, this is the detail library, and this is the edit form. When I click, there will show details library, and click here will show edit. And today I will add some button to do more thing about it. So let's begin today's. I will continue to do the third screen. This screen, I have three screen: main screen, new item screen, and view modify screen. And now I will edit the view modify screen. This screen. Now I add two button. This is edit. This is edit, and I save button and delete button. Delete button. Now what I do it, I insert save. And insert delete. This is save. This is delete. Okay, I click. So I add two button, and I set the buttons visible. When this form is visible, so this button is visible. When the form is not visible, this button will not visible. So I can set the buttons visible to the show view edit item form. So in last lesson I have do it. I have create a screen variable. I can see it. There are screen variable name show view edit form. This Control C, and save button is visible. 2 show, and this button also visible. 2 show view edit form. So when I run and go home and view editor, two buttons will not show, and when I click here, the button show. The button will show with the form. So now I will do the buttons function. So I exit and save the selector button, and set the unselect 2. I will submit this form. So I input submit form. What form? The view editor item form. So this can And this is because the details in SharePoint, this details list, when edit this, I must upload the main list, the total expense. So when this form is update success, I must do another thing. Just update the SharePoint master list's expense. So what I do, I can select the form. I select the form. This is my form. Select the form, and on success, I must do a patch the SharePoint expense master. Use this selector. Just update the master gallery's select item. So this I will to master gallery selected, and update to what value I will write to a collection total. This is the column's name, SharePoint's column's name expense. Use value. I have in last lesson. I have in this form. I have add a card. This card is used to calculate. I will get this label's text, and this label's text is text. I must use value to convert to number. So I use value new to this new total expense label do text. And okay. So now I can do a test. I can test the save button. This button can update the details, expense details list, and can update the expense main list. I can test it. I go home and modify, and I select test 3. Test 3 exchange 1 to 0. I edit it, and I set 1 to 2 and save. This is 270. Save. This will be 272. You can see it. Upload, and this is 1 to 2, and I will see SharePoint. This is my SharePoint. I renew it, refresh the site, and I see this have 272, and in the expense details you can see 1 to 2. So this button is work. Now I will do the delete button and select the delete button. This button, when this button is unselected, I will delete this item in the detail and renew the main list. So what can I do it? Just select the button and select the unselected. And write a patch. This patch the must. This delete will update this value. So I must update the expense must gallery selected must gallery do selected must to update to watch. I can write a collection total expense. This is SharePoint columns name. This will use a expression to I use all the selected total, all the total expense hyphen this, because I delete this expense, so I just details gallery do selected do this names travel cost. Okay. Oh, patch. Now this patch should just update the main list, and I must remove the from the detail list, remove this records. So I must do another thing, and this when I update this, and I do another thing, just remove expense details, remove which records, just detail galleries selected records. Okay, that is what I do. So I test it, I run, and I home and modify, and I will delete the test3's exchange tool, and I select it, and I delete. When I delete, this will be 122. I delete this 122, delete. When I delete, there will remain 1, and this remain 122, and I will in SharePoint I can see the 150 has disappeared, and in the master the test3 has become 122. So this is the delete button. I have do it. Okay. Now I will remain to the home, new expense. I will do something about this screen. This screen just has one icon to do the save. In the future, I must do another thing. So I add a delete. So when I add something, sometimes I must remove it or edit it. So I add another icons to do it. So I select the card and add an icon. This is a delete. I add a delete, and I place it to here. This is a delete, and select delete to remove from it, unselect to remove from the collection. Remove expense details collector. This because this library place the collections date, and remove what this item. Okay, I just can read and add another editor. I select this card and insert card, edit, and this will edit the current. I resize to this edit. Select edit, and now I do some setting. When I click the save button, this button will can see, and this button will not see, not visible. When I can edit, then the save and the delete will not see, not visible. So I can set this icon's relationship. Must I do? First, I rename this item. This is the save button. Rename it. This is the save button. And this is the remove but delete button. This, okay. This is the delete button. And this is the edit button. And I create a new column to, because this form means, this label, expense details label, data source use the expense details collection. This collection is created by the icon. When I in the main screen new expense, I have create a collection. This collection, new form, clear collector. I just create a collector. I can add a column to show and hidden the button's action. So I can add a column in this. I add a column to show it. So I just add a column, means show save button to show save button. Default value is true. So I add a column to the collection, and in this, and I run it. So when I to here, I will visible show save button, show this as unvisible, set the visible click visible to show save button. This I can copy it, and this is the same, show visible show save button. And this is this visible is show save button. So this is disappear. You can see it. This is now I must modify the save button's unselect action. Unselect patch panes, and I must add a column, item name, item cost, note changed, and add the show save button to false. Show save button to false. When click it, it will change to false. Default is true. Click will show false. false. This is my and collector there will add a new line. New line 里面 the item show button will be true. I Control C, and when I add a new line will show true. Okay. I can test it. First, there will not show the the save and delete, not show the edit. But I add something and I click, so this button disappeared and the editor will show. Okay, this is what I might do. And I remain home and view edit. I will do another thing to do it. This is and I set these two. When I click the save, this text box will be view only. So I can do it. If show button display mode, so this what I show. I can select the text box and set its display mode. To if show save button. If show save button, then display it, else will view only. So I display mode to edit, else I will view only. Just so I can test it. When I click, this is okay, and this I will do it home. Go where and select this. Just copy it to this display mode. Control V. Then I test it. I need save. This is read only. When I not save, new line I can edit, but this can not edit. So this what is my do. Okay. And the edit button, I select edit button. I select edit button. This is edit button now is hidden. I can select it from the left tree. I select edit button and set the on selector to. When the edit button is selected, I will edit. I will hidden this and display this and change this to show. So I just change the show save button's value. So what I do, just patch expense details. Just change the expense details collector. Just collection. Just change the collections column. That column. Change what? This item. Change what column? Show save button. show save button to true. Okay, this is all what I do. So I can test it. When I click test, save, and edit, this can do again. But when I save again, there will comes two blank line. This will, and I click. When I edit and I save, you can see there will becomes two blank lines. So what can I do? I can do it from here, edit, and end, and select the edit button. I can do a if. I can write some if expression to do it. So I select the edit button, and in the patch, I do another thing. This is the patch. I can add a new screen variable to update, to save something, to tag this if I because when I add, I click save and will new line. I click if I have clicked edit and click save, will not add a new line. So this is what I do. So there will tag the you have clicked this button. So if you click this button, I will create a variable. So I update context. I named I create a edit pressed true. This means you have clicked the edit button. Then when you click save, because the edit press is true, so I will not add a new line. This means this. So I must update this collection. And on the save button, I must update this save button must do some change. In this change, just upgrade, do a if patch just do patch details, patch will not, and in this area, this will do something. This will add a new line, but this will not be never. I Control X and I do it. What I do, I just use if edit pressed. If edit pressed, then not add a new line, just return false. And if not edit pressed, I Control V, add a new line. That is all. And I must update the context. Must change the edit pressed to false. And edit pressed to false. Okay. That is all. So I test her. You will see home and new express save, and I edit. There will note new line to add. You can see, very good. But in this VR3, when I click this, when I click save, there will new line to add anymore. So I must do some other things. I return home, new line, and express. So I must do another thing. Just return to this, because this screen, main screen, new. In this we must update context, edit, pressed, false. Must do this. Else, when you use this to navigate to that, there will so now I will not save. Okay. When I save, there no new line. Edit, save, edit, save. Yeah. I have not do anything. New line. I will see it. Express, save, touch, not if edit pressed, false. Else, collect, expense, details, collect, item, show save button, true. Update context, edit press. Patch, update the context. Item, default image true. Default edit pressed English true. Run it new, and because default nothing. Okay, but there will new line to save button.看一下 patch。Is false. Okay. Run test. new okay, edit where note, and just save and save, edit, save, edit. Note add a new line. There are some program you can test it. Save. This is, I can see it. I have button, this button, and this button, label, edit button, delete button, save button, save button. Okay, just this. I will do the next term. Patch, delete, edit, patch to true, save button, I will do something. I can see it. When I select the save button, there is patch. There is patch. If edit pressed false, for else clicked, and must update. So update context, edit pressed false, and show button true. Item name, text, show button false if edit pressed, false else collect, expense delete. There are none. Now I will edit this button. I rename it to save button 2. Save button 2. And I select this text box, and on the and I will need another global variable to save it, because when I if I not save the detail information, I will not save the globe. So this button will neutral, and I select this, and I set this unchanged to set a global variable, names need save to true. And this is the same, unchanged to set need save to true. If I have changed this thing, so I must save it. Then I can save this. Must click here to save. And I set the save button. This save button, I must do another thing. Just set need save to false. Set the need save to false. If I save, I will not save again. This is my do. And set these buttons display mode. Display mode 2. If need save, I create a if need save, I will display mode change to disabled. Else I can edit. Okay. Test it. Home, view, home, new, and save. I not save. I test, and this save is not. And I click save. This save can use. Okay. You must click this save. If you change this, you must click this save. This save can use. That is what I do. So you can do something. Now I will click the delete button. Delete button on selector. When I click the delete button, I will remove and set the need save to set need save to false. If I delete it, so I must can use the save. You can't. Else, when you delete something, you can't save. I add a label to add a label to here. There we are warning the user. I just write you must save the detail expense first, and I will set to red. Okay, and set is visible to need save visible. Need save. Need save. So when I change the scene, this will show. I run home, new, and you can see you must save the detail expense first. and I save, and this disappeared. So you can do something months. This is all my do. My project is over. You can do most thing you want. This is PowerApps. Thank you for watch. Thank you for watch.